All right, man. I'm out here at night, getting warmed up to train. None of this is scripted. My dog's here. Obviously, he's gonna bark now that I'm talking. Um, Hoping my microphone and everything's working. I switched everything up with all of my sound, lighting, video equipment tonight. So we'll see what goes right, what goes wrong. I want to show you a couple of things that I do a couple times a day. It you've got the issue with neck and trap and that. I think it's kind of, I chuckled a little bit because I've got a similar issue. Obviously, I've had MRIs and I've got a bunch of stuff going on, but the pain is in a similar spot. And when you mentioned that, doing abs and laying flat on the ground sets off that pain, dude, that really just kind of sparked with me because every part of my warm-up day is I spend 15 minutes over here on the ground and I've got my feet up on the barrel, kind of letting the blood kind of flow down from my legs a little bit for circulation. I take my massage gun and do a bunch of the RPR stuff on me, and then I've got this massage roller and it vibrates, and I stick that under my neck, and I've got a bunch of different things that I can put under my neck just to kind of get that area warm. And I've done that for a couple of years. It isn't just now. And it doesn't hurt. As soon as I remove that roller or whatever's under my neck and I lay flat on the ground, sharp pains down my hand, all through my back and through my neck. So just like you, it really caught my attention. Now, one of the things that I do, and this is nothing new, you can find this. I mean, I get this from Donnie Thompson. I come out here and I've got an old heavy band here. Now, mine is on my right side, so I'm going to do this. It may not show up very well. There's nothing specific that you need to do. We're just trying to get your body to acknowledge the area where it hurts, and we want to barely touch on just a little bit of pain stretch. We don't want to hit pain and push. We just want to hit oh, there's the spot. Let's relax. So I come in and I hook this band here. My hand goes through and over. That way I don't have to grab. Once I have to grab, then that's bicep and shoulder tightening, and I want everything in my body to relax. So I just grab, let it relax, and I step away. And I began doing a lot of this stuff for bicep. So I still do a lot of bicep and elbow and shoulder, just letting it kind of dislocate a little bit. And I move my neck all the way around, and I'm just looking for any kind of spot where I feel, okay, there's a little bit of tingling, or there's a little bit of tightness. I just want to stay there for a couple of seconds and see if it'll go away. And then I start rotating around to different spots, and I'm just looking. So right now it's starting to separate my shoulder a little bit, and that feels good on my rotator cuff. If I go too hard and too much, it feels bad. I don't want to go bad. If I rotate down, my hand down a little bit, I feel a little bit more in that lat, a little more in that tricep, and it's kind of a good little pain. But there's no wrong movements. I will stretch down, getting that lat, and I'm not getting anywhere in that trap right now. There's a little bit, but I will rotate, and all I'm looking for is any spot. I may roll, tuck my chin back. I'm just looking for, I want to be able to relax everything. I don't want to tighten everything. And I think that's a big thing with therapy work, is like people tell you to get on a foam roller. Dude, when your back hurts, like really hurts, I don't mean it's a little sore, but when something really hurts, just getting to the floor is really freaking hard. Now I'm going to lay on a hard roller. I'm going to get extra tight just laying on it, and that's going to defeat the purpose. So I need to be able to relax doing whatever I'm doing. And this is one of those things where I can effectively let that area do some work, and I can relax everything. The only thing that's tight right now is my left leg pressing into the ground, and I can just roll. So that's one of the big reasons why I think the body tempering is more effective than foam rolling, because I can get on the floor for body tempering, and after a minute or two I can relax, and then someone can roll whatever they're rolling on me. You can roll a barbell, a dumbbell, circus dumbbell. If you have, let's say, a 45-pound bumper plate, something that's not super, super thick, or that may be fine. Roll it along that muscle, have someone kind of roll it and look for it. And the point is for you to be able to, like right now I'm tight, for you to be able to relax that trap that's hurting and let them roll out a relaxed muscle, not a tight, tense muscle. But here, this one, I can let this one really relax. For some reason, I can really hit that same spot on this side, which is pretty tight. And it's important to do the other side because chances are, if you're tight on this side, you're also tightening the other side as well. And don't be afraid, once you find that spot, let it relax a little bit. And you can do a little shrug or a row, short movement, something like that. Get some movement, maybe some heat in there. But again, there's no wrong movement, there's no wrong position. You're trying to get everything to move and relax and see if it improves. Because you can't get something to relax when you yourself are tight. But I will do this normally within the first hour of waking up. I'm really tight, and I like to come outside and get a little bit of sunshine. Maybe I'm waiting for one of my kids to get home, or my wife to get home anyway. So I've got a podcast in or some music. I'll just come. I keep this band outside. I can just come and sit outside and just stretch, kind of whatever. But again, everything needs to be relaxed. Now it's better. Now it stretches, it's relaxed a little better. And I've got a little more movement. Doesn't have to be over, doesn't have to be under. Try every hand position that you can find. Just try to let it stretch. This could be something good to do on contest day as a small warm-up. And if you see that as soon as you finish that event, that area is about to start locking up, or you learn in training, hey, I can do this event, but I pay for it 30 minutes later, 10 minutes later, or the rest of the day. Immediately when you finish the event, don't rush like you're in a panic, but don't forget, do this as a pre-thing. That's something else I've done with bands, and I normally use a smaller band. I actually dislocated my collarbone a couple times, and I've used this to put it back into place. But I used a short average band, I think, and I wore a pair of straps, but all I did with the short average band was step on one end, strap in to that band. My straps are up there, so are my short bands. And I'll just start with it, fully stretched. And then I'll just slowly stand up. And by the time I get here, it's really pulling hard because I've got a short band and this is a long band. And I let it pull on that trap. Now, you may be okay. We can start with a long band. It's perfectly fine. Choke up a little bit and let it pull down on that shoulder and that trap. You don't want too much pressure. You just want a little bit. Again, I suggest if you can wear a strap and not grab it hard, because the harder you grab it, the more bicep it's going to be. It can be a little forward, it can be a little back. Again, we're just moving to find positions. And this is similar to what I was telling you about with the SS yoke bar on squat day. If I can just get under the SS yoke bar, and I always love having heavy bands on there, and you need some kind of band tension on there, you can unrack the bar and just stand there. Let your arms hang down to the side just like this. Let the SS yoke bar and those heavy bands just slowly pull your traps down. You don't want to extend your neck up. You don't want to overextend anything. You want to go very, very, very slow and just have fun with it. Don't kill yourself. But let it move that area and move around. Movement is a key to recovery. People, every time I go to a doctor always says, I'll take a week off, take 2 weeks off, don't put any pressure on it, just use bands for a while. You know what? My dad had both knees replaced. My wife has had 2 C-sections. Both of them the very next morning. Less than 24 hours out of major cut you open and beat you with a hammer kind of surgery. The doctor walks in the room and you know what they say? Mr. Darden, Mrs. Darden, we need you to get up and go for a long walk. Movement is key. So if I've got some pain in my trap and my wife just had a baby cut out of her, my dad just had both knees replaced, why is it that my pain requires immobilization, but theirs requires movement? I think there's something to think about with that. Now, while I've got you here, and I can do some stuff on the floor, I actually do something very, very similar. I can do this at the end of training to the distraction, where I loop the band here and step back. I will actually take one of my foam rollers. I've got my long, normal foam roller inside that I normally lay on at night before bed, and I will lay that on the floor, and I won't see, remember, upside down. I'm not on my back like this, and I'm not on my back like this. I want to be on my back. See, if that trap is going this way, I want it to kind of go along with that trap and let it kind of just sit there, and I can do small movements and let it mash into that trap because I'm already relaxed by then. I'm not tight. And then what I can do outside, if I'm in real pain, I will take the same position on the floor. I will hook the band down by the floor. So I'm doing that same movement where the roller is digging into my trap a little bit, but I'm letting the band also distract my arm at the same time. That way it is completely relaxed. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's absolutely horrible and a bad thing. So you have to make that call. I would determine things that you like to have as far as creams. I got icy hot patches while I was in the States. Honestly, I can't feel these anymore. I put some on the other day under my neoprenes. Couldn't tell they were there. Lidocaine is usually something that you can put on nerve pain that's going to make the pain go away. So it's not going to make you better, but on contest day, it's going to make it so you don't feel it as much. I've used lidocaine injections recently. You know that I love Thermaflex, bought from horse supply stores or from Amazon. I absolutely love this stuff. If you don't like hot, fiery stuff, you're not going to like it. Big thing with this is it soaks in really quick. Does have a smell. I don't think the smell is repulsive. It's not going to leave you greasy. It's going to soak in really quick. It's kind of a cool hot. And when I used to put it on, I mean, I've got one of these. People look at me funny when they drive by. There's an old man sitting out here with his shirt off, rubbing this on his body. But this makes it easy. You got to reach your lower back. Like right now, my shoulder's messed up. I can't reach my lower back. And even with this hand, I don't want to get my hand all dirty. I can put some on it. You know what I can do? I can reach around and scrub anywhere on my back that I want to with this thing. You might want to look into something with magnesium in it. A pharmacist gave me this for cramps. My mom has really bad cramps in her legs. She just took a drive from Kentucky to Texas, and I had her go to Walmart or Walmart.com and she ordered something with magnesium. She said this was the key to her not having cramps on the way down there. Then, of course, I told her to get one of these. So you're in the car. She wasn't driving all the way, but you can just reach down, squirt this on there, and hit your legs or your back or whatever you need and go. And then let me see. If you like hot creams, and I like hot. I've got a few levels here. Of course, I've got the Cerberus hot one. This is really, really good if you got to massage something in. And I use a spoon for everything. I've got, you've seen me on videos. I got a long spoon like this. I get in there. That way I can scrape anywhere that I want. You see, I think from Walmart or pharmacies in the States, Capsaicin, HP, arthritis pain relief, odor-free. It's a cream. It's much hotter than most people need. You only need a dot, and you don't need to get it on your daddy parts. So you need to make sure, open the top, put a dot on the back of that spoon, and get someone to rub it for you where you need it to go. Okay? You have to practice this before contest day, because if it gets too hot, you're in serious trouble. I won't tell anybody here, but I can message you and tell you how to get the hot stuff off really quick if you need it. Super secret. And the one that I use, I don't know, Bulgaria, Romania, I don't know, I have to order it online. Phenolgone, it is miles beyond this one and this one. Miles beyond. But with the pepper in it and it being hot, it blocks the nerve pain signals to the brain. That means it's not going to fix it. It's not going to help it heal. But in a bad situation, it can help you get rid of some pain. It may be more like someone shooting you in the other foot more than it is anything else, and you feeling the pain of being shot more than you do the pain in your neck. But that's an option. So these are just a couple things that I was thinking about that might help you. And anything vibrating. Your massage gun. If your massage gun is strong, and I've got a little massage pill over there, and then something like this, which is rated for up to someone 400 pounds, I guess. But I found that if you can get something to vibrate, you don't feel the pain nearly as much. Again, is it going to fix you? No, it's not going to fix you. But it's a temporary Band-Aid when you're in trouble. So anyway, this is just off the cuff. And I'm sure as soon as I turn off the record button, I'm going to think of like 10 more things that I could have said. But we can talk back and forth. And of course, ice is a standard one. I think you can go to the pharmacy. I've got one here that I keep at the gym. I've got a little box, and in the box there's 3 little ice pack things. It's the kinds that you take it and you pop it and smash it and it gets cold instantly. Those are good to have in a contest. Maybe something hurts. You need to put ice on that spot to numb it really quick. I don't care how many times people tell you that inflammation is bad. You know, your kid falls down the stairs, he's got a big knot on his head, and your wife runs over with an ice pack. Are you stopping her to say, no, put heat on his head? Of course you're not. You're putting ice on his head. He bumps his elbow and it swells up immediately. You're putting heat on it? No, of course you're not. Of course you're not. The whole inflammation, heat versus ice thing is taken way too literally, scientifically out of context. But you can do that with ice, and I do a lot of things like that. What else? You need to try all of this way before contest day. You need to know how much hot cream, how much cold cream. You need to know you need to know so when it comes down to the contest day, you're not guessing. Because I've made mistakes before like this, and a mistake can cost you big time. Anyway, man, I hope this helps. I hope this just gives you a couple of different ideas. I'm already getting pissed off, and it's time for me to train. So I'll send this to you tonight or first thing tomorrow, and let's try it out this week. Let's get rocking and rolling, man. Can't wait to see what you do.